Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins. In the last episode, Rintaro Okabe was finally able to open that mysterious static video that he received on July 28th, way back at the beginning. Feels like the beginning of time, one would think. The video contained a message from his future self, from the year 2025, 15 years into the future, explaining that everything up until this point was entirely necessary for saving Kurisu Makase, stopping World War III, and finally reaching Steins. And everything up until this point has been pitch perfect. Now we have one final trip to make. I believe we can handle Nakabachi. That won't be the problem. The problem is convincing ourselves. Of course, this Suza never worked at the Brawn Tube workshop. Yeah, never pay it no mind.
あえてもう一度言おう。この俺は狂気のマッドサイエンティスト、Hououin Kyoumaである。
And as a result of future Okabe's message, Hououin Kyouma is back in business. I disregard the blank stares of my comrade and brush my hair back with a flourish.
すでにオペレーションスクルドは俺の中で見えている。
Indeed, all we have to do is go back in time and convince our past self that he has seen Kurisu's dead body. Well, yeah, by means of deception.
だが準備が必要だ。30分くれ。
Trick him, and we trick the worldline. Trick the worldline, and victory is finally ours. Suzuha tightens her expression and nods firmly. First CERN, and now World War III. Things are finally looking up, but that's only if we can pull this off. I squat against the roof's chain fence with my eyes closed. To refresh my memory, I pull out the drawers of my mental archive and sort through each file one by one. My actions that day. Mayuri's actions, my conversation with Kurisu, Nakabachi's presentation. By the way, if you want a refresher on how these events happened, I suggest you go back and watch the first 2 episodes of Let's Play Steins, and then jump back right in here. Bit of a time loop, I'm afraid. Or loop, I should say, not time leap. And with those memories to guide me, I begin to draw up a plan for how to complete my mission. And there is Kurisu, a flashback of her at Nakabachi's presentation, with the manila envelope containing her time travel thesis. The thesis that will become the Nakabachi paper. And there's Mayuri with some goodies. We always appreciate goodies. I open my eyes once I hear Mayuri's voice.
Yes.
The time has come, indeed. I take a deep breath and stand up. The worldline will not have its way with Kurisu Makase. Not this time. Mayuri's faster on her feet than Dara and I, so I had her pick up some things for me. She went all the way to the lab and back in the sweltering heat, but she's not even breathing hard. She runs up to me with a triumphant smile, almost like a playful puppy, shaking her tail. A puppy by the name of Mayushi. You get a treat.
これでよかったかな?
And by treat I mean juicy chicken number 1, not a dog biscuit. What do you take me for? In her hand is a plastic stick, about 30 centimeters long. I take it and nod in satisfaction.
いい働きだぞ、マユリ。
Very good indeed.
オカリンの役に立ててね。マユシも嬉しいよ。
You have always been useful, Mayuri. Never forget that.
あ、それとね、ついでにこれも。
And item number 2 is... She hands me a banana. I guess she's telling me not to time travel on an empty stomach. Thank you for your
それは何?
consideration.
バナナだよ。
I think she means the stick.
じゃなくて、そっちの棒みたいなやつ。
これは棒ではなく剣だ。
It's a sword. Wait. No, it's not
我がラボの発明
Samadare.
品、未来ガジェット6号、サイリウムセーバー。
Future gadget number 6, the Siloom Saber. Yeah, this is basically, even though Rintaro doesn't like going to anime conventions, he's made a makeshift lightsaber.
サイリウムセーバー？
赤色のサイリウムだお。アイドルや声優のライブには欠かせないんだな、これが。
And an important future gadget for this mission.
だがただのサイリウムではない。セーバーというネーミングの通り、剣の形になっているため、スパークウォーズごっこも可能なのだ。
Indeed you can.
わあ、すごい。
Suza is not impressed.
しかも同時に血のりを生成することができるぞ。先端部分のキャップを取り外せば、ドロリとした血が溢れ出す。
Ah, of course. Good thinking there, Rintaro. We can create our own fake crime scene. But just convincing enough to convince our past self on the
一体
28th.
何を狙って作ったのか、さっぱりわかんないけど。
Well, its original use aside, it has a use now.
よりリアルなチャンバラごっこができるじゃん。
すべては必然だったということだ。
やろうとしてることは分かった。その血のりをマキセ・クリスの血に見せかけるんだね。
That's pretty much the plan, Suzuha.
いかに
I stuffed my cheeks with banana, enraptured by my own genius. I truly am an insane mad scientist. Mwahaha. But we don't need the stick right now, so we put it into our pocket. It's 30 centimeters long, so it sticks out a little, but I don't mind. I had Daru buy me a stun gun earlier. I pocket that as well. With this, my preparations are complete. I give Suzuha a glance.
オカリンおじさん、もう一度あの日へ飛ぼう。7月28日へ。
This is where it ends, where we confront Nakabachi and
タイ
save
ムマシンの燃料は
Makurusu
あと
Makase.
1回往復する分しか残ってない。
It'll be enough, Suzuha.
残るチャンスはただ一度だっていうこと。
This will work. It has to work. Everything is riding on this. As ready as we'll ever be.
任せろ。俺が世界を変えてやる。
My name isn't Hououin Kyouma. follow Suzuha into the time machine once more. While waiting for Mayuri to return, I asked Suzuha if there was a chance that I would run into myself from last time. In other words, the me who killed Kurisu. She replied that that wasn't possible, since, we're him. The world line where I killed Kurisu is minutely different from the one to which the time machine will take us. Time travel has a very small effect on divergence, too small to cause any noticeable changes, but enough to ensure that there can be never be two versions of the same time traveler. However, it is important to remember that world lines are not exactly parallel worlds. Ultimately, attractive field convergence merges them into a single world line. My actions are not meaningless. If I succeed in deceiving myself and the world, the entire universe itself will converge upon a radically different future.
おかわり
Mayuri leans through the hatch and gently strokes my cheek.
きっと帰ってきてね
Will do, Mayuri.
当
Will
たり
do.
前だ。
I return the smile and give her a thumbs up. I close the hatch as Daru and Mayuri see me off with words of encouragement. Suzuha is already operating the time machine.
このミッションには未来の運命もかかってる
Indeed it does. Suzuha speaks as she presses some
頼む
buttons.
よおじさん
We don't need you to remind us. So back to July 28th we go. Instead of answering, I'd close my eyes. I find myself strangely calm. No impatience, no tension, none of the anxiety that I felt the first time. How many times have I tasted failure? Too many to count. My hubris hurt those closest to me. My foolishness cost them their dreams. And even though those mistakes have been undone, those memories still remain as a brand on my heart.
お前が経験したわずか3週間の世界線漂流を否定してはいけない。
That is the responsibility that has now been placed upon our shoulders.
なかったことにしてはいけない。
It all meant something. It all led to this moment. Every mistake, every sacrifice. Without them, I would not be standing here right now. From that knowledge, I draw strength, confidence, and pride. The memories I shoulder deserve nothing less. And so, I am no longer afraid. I will reach the unknown world line, known to one and all as Steins Gate. Its future is uncertain, but that is how it should be. For once, I need not worry what fate has in store once we reach Steins Gate. Only one thing matters right now: saving Kurisu Makase. Gravity pulls at my back. Rainbow lights start drifting through the compartment. It's time. This is my Ragnarok. The final battle. And once again we have arrived on July 28th. I exit the time machine onto the familiar rooftop. This time, we have a plan to set in motion. As before, it's empty. I can see the top of the train station a short distance away. This is the third time I've been here now. I run through the plan in my head one last time. Time is short, but I have no choice. I have to do it. No, I will do it. Failure is not an option. Not at this stage. We're almost there. And once again, Suzuha shoots the lock. then I run inside just like last time, being careful to avoid any passers-by, including ourselves. Narrowly avoiding the first me again, I descend to the 7th floor. Last time, I went all the way down to the 4th floor, but not this time. We need to avoid Kurisu at all costs. I direct my attention to the capsule toy machines near the landing. It's time for step 1. Time for a little sleight of hand, methinks. Rainet Kakiru Doll Character Doll Series. This is it. On July 28th, the first me won a super rare metal Ooper from this very machine. No time to waste. I insert the 100 yen coin I prepared beforehand and turn the lever hard. A capsule falls into the slot. Just as I grab it,
わはー、ライネットだ。
oh no. My heart leaps into my throat. That was Mayuri's voice. Oh, it could all end in tears. She's already here. I quickly turn and leave the area before Mayuri can see my face. Luckily, she's so entranced by the capsule toy machines that she doesn't realize who I am. That's good to know. That was a quick save. Once I get down to the 4th floor, I check the contents of the capsule. And lo and behold, the metal Ooper is inside. Given that it's super rare, that will mean that, that will essentially mean that, the first Rintaro, our past self, will not get a, get the metal Ooper. A small change, but fortunately not enough to affect divergence. But without this metal Ooper, Nakabachi's paper is finished. Which means the first me will get instead? The answer is obvious. Phase 1 is complete. It's time for phase 2. I turn around abruptly. Basically we'll get a plastic regular Ooper instead. And that was the plan all along. Of course we actually do have to meet with Kurisu again. Just to keep things in causality, because she did meet us 15 minutes prior to Nakabachi's lecture, so that still has to take place. Kurisu is standing behind me, her mouth open in surprise. My timing was perfect.
ねえ、あなたさっき屋上から。
俺はお前を俺はお前を助ける。
This time, we tell her the very words that we could not say the last time we met. Leave everything to me, Kurisu.
どう
We
いう。
will save you. I say no more. If I tell her everything, she'll have no reason to talk to the first me. On July 28th, she came to me during Nakabachi's lecture. She claimed that I tried to tell her something, then proceeded to drag me out into the hallway for further questioning. That is part of my experience. That should be enough to ensure that it happens exactly as I remember. I pat Kurisu on the shoulder, then race back up the stairs.
ちょっと。
So far so good. Everything's going according to plan. I run to the 6th floor, then creep up towards the 7th floor landing until I can just make out the capsule toy machines. We should be there now along with Mayuri. As expected, there's the first me about to turn the lever in Mayuri's stead.
ウーパだよ。
Yes indeed,
What about
it's an
Elmer?
Ooper.
レアじゃないけどね。すごく可愛いでしょ。マユキーはウーパのことが大好きなのです。
Haha! Phase 1 complete. Suck it, worldline convergence. We finally got a point. Rintaro Okabe 1, worldline convergence 0. Eat it! Finally, a victory. I grinned to myself. It worked. The order changed. Mayuri now has a regular Upa, not the middle one I gave her the first time, and the worldline is none the wiser. And that means...
本日はドクター中鉢によるタイムマシン発明成功記念会見にお集まりいただき誠にありがとうございます。
That means that the good doctor's prized paper is about to go up in flames, methinks. By the way, the presentation is about to begin. The first meek heads up to the 8th floor. But Mayuri doesn't move. She takes out a pen and starts signing the Upa. Just as planned. When Dr. Nakabashi defected to Russia on August 21st, he had Mayushi's metal Upa with him. If he has a plastic one instead, that should change the fate of the Nakabashi paper. But one question remains. How exactly did Mayuri's metal Upa fall into Nakabashi's hands? Well, if memory serves, it wasn't actually in his hands per se. It was in the manila envelope that Kurisu had. And since Nakabashi took it from her, that basically explains everything. And there goes Mayushi. I watch as Mayuri finishes signing her name. She nods in satisfaction, then runs after the first me. Just before she gets to the stairs, she puts the Upa into her coat pocket. But it doesn't go in all the way. As she runs up the stairs, I see it fall out and roll away. Mayuri is completely oblivious. A moment later, she disappears from sight, I look at the Upa lying on the floor. Does Nakabashi pick it up? I don't think so. How? He's in the middle of his presentation upstairs. He doesn't have any opportunity. However, a certain tsundere assistant does. And right on cue, that's when Kurisu comes up from downstairs. I quickly hide in the stairwell across the landing. And it appears that she's found the plastic Upa. Kurisu reaches the 7th floor without noticing me. She finds the fallen Upa and picks it up. So it was Kurisu who found the Upa. The butterfly effect. In 3 weeks, this completely innocuous event changes the outcome of an accidental fire on what must be thousands of planes flying that day. By extension, it changes the fate of the entire human race, something so small yet so significant. Chaos theory didn't work. Kurisu looks curiously at the Upa, then looks around as if searching for the owner. Of course, Kurisu doesn't know who Mayuri Shina is. At this point in time, those two aren't even acquainted. And of course she takes the Upa in the envelope. After realizing there's no one around, Kurisu puts the Upa in the envelope and goes up to the 8th floor. Now that I've seen what I need to see, I go upstairs and head to the employee hallway. Phase 2 is complete. Now, the hard part. Here's where it gets serious. Phase 3. I grip the Siloom's saber and shake it silently, thus activating the red fluorescent reaction inside. It will last about 10 minutes. It should get dim before Kurisu makes her appearance. I know what I need to do. The problem is that my window of opportunity is so slim. Will I be able to handle the enraged Dr. Nakabashi? One mistake, and Kurisu will die.
何を恐れるHououin Kyouma.
Except this time, we're not going to charge in like a reckless idiot.
全ては
We know what we have to do.
俺の思惑通りに行くに決まっているさ。
As long as we don't trigger any flags that alert the worldline.
オペレーションスクルドに不備はない。何せこの俺が15年の時をかけて練り上げた計画なのだから。
If everything goes off without a hitch, we'll be on the home stretch.
俺を信じる。このHououin Kyoumaを信じる。
Indeed. And with those words of self-confidence, I believe now is a good time to end this episode of Let's Play Steins Gate. When we return, we shall enact Stage 3 of Operation Skuld, and see whether or not we will succeed or fail. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.